Join me as I take on the challenge of defending myself against evil spirits using powerful prayers and Bible verses. Let's see if they really work. Today, we're living in a world where spiritual warfare is a harsh reality. As Christians, we're not immune to the attacks of the enemy, and it's more important than ever that we learn how to defend ourselves against evil spirits. The Bible tells us that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, authorities, and powers of this dark world. So, how do we fight back? One powerful way is through prayer and Bible verses. In this video, we're going to explore some of the most effective prayers and Bible verses to help you defend yourself against evil spirits. We'll dive into the importance of spiritual protection and how these powerful tools can help you overcome even the toughest challenges. So, buckle up and get ready to arm yourself with the spiritual armor you need to take on the enemy. The importance of spiritual protection cannot be overstated. As believers, we're called to put on the armor of God, and prayer and Bible verses are essential components of that armor. By incorporating these powerful tools into your daily routine, you'll be better equipped to resist the attacks of the enemy and live a life of freedom and victory. Let's make a commitment to use these prayers and Bible verses daily as a means of spiritual defense. Whether you're facing a specific challenge or simply want to stay ahead of the enemy's attacks, these powerful tools can help you achieve your goals. So, let's get started and see the transformative power of faith in action. I want to share with you some incredible testimonials of individuals who have experienced protection through prayer. These stories are a testament to the power of faith and demonstrate that, no matter what you're facing, God is always with you. From deliverance from addiction to overcoming fear and anxiety, the stories I'm about to share will inspire and encourage you to deepen your faith. One woman I spoke with was struggling with depression and anxiety. She felt like the enemy was closing in on her, and she didn't know where to turn. But then she discovered the power of prayer and Bible verses. She began to pray daily, claiming God's promises over her life and meditating on His Word. And you know what? She started to feel the weight lifting off her shoulders. She began to experience peace and joy that she hadn't felt in years. John 17:15, during His prayer for His disciples, Jesus says, "I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the evil one." This indicates a request for protection while living in a world of evil. Another individual I spoke with was facing a desperate situation. He was trapped in a cycle of addiction, and he didn't know how to escape. But then he turned to prayer and Bible verses. He started to pray daily, asking God to deliver him from his addiction. And slowly but surely, he began to experience freedom. He started to feel the power of God working in his life, and he knew that he could overcome anything. 2 Thessalonians 3:3, Paul assures believers of God's ongoing protection, "But the Lord is faithful. He will establish you and guard you against the evil one." These stories are just a few examples of the transformative power of faith. They demonstrate that, no matter what you're facing, God is always with you, and His power can overcome even the toughest challenges. So, let's keep going and explore some more stories of individuals who have experienced protection through prayer. One man I spoke with was facing a serious health issue. He was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease, and the doctors didn't know if he would survive. But he didn't give up. He turned to prayer and Bible verses, claiming God's promises over his life and meditating on His Word. And you know what? He started to experience healing. He began to feel the power of God working in his body, and he knew that he would be okay. Ephesians 6:10-18, this passage talks about the armor of God, which includes the belt of truth, breastplate of righteousness, shoes of the gospel of peace, shield of faith, helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. It emphasizes spiritual preparedness against evil forces. Another individual I spoke with was facing a spiritual attack. She was experiencing strange occurrences and didn't know what to do. But then she discovered the power of prayer and Bible verses. She started to pray daily, asking God to protect her from the enemy's attacks. And you know what? She started to feel the peace and protection of God surrounding her. She knew that she was safe in His hands. Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous man runs into it and is safe. This proverb highlights the security that comes from being with God. These stories are just a few examples of the power of prayer and Bible verses. They demonstrate that, no matter what you're facing, God is always with you, and His power can overcome even the toughest challenges. So, let's keep going and explore some more common fears or misconceptions about evil spirits and spiritual warfare. Many people are afraid to talk about evil spirits because they don't understand them. They think that if they ignore the enemy, he'll just go away. But the truth is, the enemy is real, and he's out to destroy you. But here's the good news: you don't have to be afraid. You can confront the enemy with prayer and Bible verses, and you can experience victory. Some people think that spiritual warfare is only for super spiritual people. But the truth is, spiritual warfare is for every believer. We're all called to put on the armor of God and fight against the enemy's attacks. And you know what? You don't have to be a spiritual giant to experience victory. You just need to be willing to pray and trust in God's promises. I want to share with you a dramatic retelling of a moment when a prayer or Bible verse proved to be a turning point in overcoming evil influences. This story is a testament to the power of faith and demonstrates that, no matter what you're facing, God is always with you. I was going through a tough time in my life, and I felt like the enemy was closing in on me. I was struggling with fear and anxiety, and I didn't know where to turn. But then I discovered Psalm 91. This powerful psalm is a declaration of faith and trust in God's protection. It says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." I started to pray this psalm daily, claiming God's promises over my life and meditating on His Word. And you know what? I started to feel the peace and protection of God surrounding me. As I prayed Psalm 91, I began to feel the fear and anxiety lifting off my shoulders. I knew that I was safe in God's hands, and that He would protect me from the enemy's attacks. This psalm became a turning point in my life, and I want to share it with you so that you can experience the same victory. I also want to share with you the story of Daniel in the Bible. Daniel was a man of faith who lived in a pagan society. He was surrounded by evil spirits, but he didn't let them intimidate him. Instead, he turned to prayer and Bible verses, trusting in God's promises and power. And you know what? He experienced incredible victories. He was able to interpret dreams, survive the lion's den, and even influence the king. Daniel's story is a powerful example of the transformative power of faith. It demonstrates that, no matter what you're facing, God is always with you, and His power can overcome even the toughest challenges. So, let's keep going and summarize the importance of consistently using powerful prayers and Bible verses. Consistently using powerful prayers and Bible verses is essential to experiencing victory over evil spirits. These tools are not a one-time fix, they require daily commitment and practice. But the good news is, the more you use them, the more you'll experience the transformative power of faith. You'll start to feel the peace and protection of God surrounding you, and you'll know that you can overcome even the toughest challenges. So, I want to encourage you to make a commitment to use these prayers and Bible verses daily as a means of spiritual defense. Don't be afraid to confront the enemy with prayer and trust in God's promises. Remember, you're not alone in this fight. God is always with you, and His power can overcome even the toughest challenges. Finally, I want to encourage you to share your experiences in the comments below. Have you experienced protection through prayer? Have you overcome evil spirits using Bible verses? Share your story, and let's encourage and inspire each other to deepen our faith. And if you want to learn more about spiritual warfare and how to defend yourself against evil spirits, be sure to check out our next video on related topics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.